John and Mary were two friends who lived in a hostel. They were both in their early 20s, and they loved to go out and have fun. One night, they decided to go to the movies, but they didn't want to walk all the way to the theater. They decided to take a shortcut through the woods. The woods were dark and scary, but John and Mary didn't think anything of it. They had walked through the woods before, and they had never had any problems. But this time, something was different. As they walked deeper into the woods, they started to hear strange noises. There were crying sounds, and the wind was blowing through the trees in a way that sounded like whispers. John and Mary started to get scared, but they kept walking. They were almost to the theater. Suddenly, they saw something in the distance. It was a figure, hanging from a tree. "What is that?" Mary asked. "I don't know," John said. "But it looks like a person." John and Mary walked closer to the figure. As they got closer, they could see that it was a woman. She was wearing a white dress, and her hair was long and black. Her eyes were closed. "She's dead," John said. John and Mary stood there, frozen in fear. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. Suddenly, the woman opened her eyes. They were glowing red. "Help me," she said. "Please help me." John and Mary screamed and ran away. The ghost followed them, its long white dress billowing behind it. John and Mary ran as fast as they could, but the ghost was faster. It chased them through the woods, its red eyes glowing in the darkness. John and Mary finally reached the edge of the woods. They collapsed on the ground, exhausted. The ghost stopped and watched them from the trees. John and Mary lay there for a long time, too scared to move. Finally, they got up and walked back to the hostel. They never went back to the woods again. The next day, John and Mary went to the police and told them what had happened. The police searched the woods, but they couldn't find any trace of the ghost. John and Mary were never the same after that night. They were always afraid, and they never went out at night again. They knew that the ghost was still out there, and they were afraid that it would come back for them. The end. Thanks for watching.